Okay, so we're back with round 2 of the first week. Before we move to the Grand Arena match itself, I wanted to talk a little bit about give an update on the General Skywalker counter that I talked about in my last video, which is using Stormtrooper Han lead. And I was talking to Vego from Clash's Scoundrel server. Vego is the one who initially came up with the idea, and he theory crafted it with Clash. So he had some really good ideas about what to do in case your arc is faster than Han, and what you can do to reduce the damage and ensure that your Han survives. And the main thing out there is what he mentioned, and which I had forgotten, was that Vandor has got this unique where he reduces 25% damage. The enemies have 25% less damage if he's buffed. The problem is initially Vandor Chewbacca is not buffed. So what you need to do is use Han's special. If you see that Han or anyone else in the team is about to die before the first topple, then use Han's buff to get Chewbacca buffed up so that the damage is reduced by 25% of the opposing team. So I'm going to try that battle out just to see if it's effective or not. I've actually been using it for the last 3 or 4 battles for my climb today, and it's been pretty effective. 100% success rate. So let's take a look at it. So this particular ARC Trooper that I'm going up against is moderate for offense, but is also faster than my Watt. At 270 speed is effectively going to be faster than my 317 Watt. So let's go against this team with my standard Stormtrooper Han Vandor combo and see whether we're effective or not. Let's see who gets targeted first. First, I want to go and stun Rex and put the damage tech on Han. And now we need to see who gets targeted next. Looks like Chewbacca is targeted. Alright, so this is a good example where Chewbacca is low on health, and Echo's AoE or Arc, if he goes next, can very easily take out Chewbacca, and this counter might fail. So what I'm going to do over here is I'm going to use Han's first special first because he gets full turn meter, because he's got more than 100% crit chance. And his health is not in question right now. And now instead of using the first special, the basic, I'm going to use the buff, never tell me the odds, which will get Chewbacca buffed, Vandor Chewbacca buffed, and reduce any incoming damage by 25%. And that should ensure that Chewbacca ends up surviving. So let's do that. The other thing which happens is because Vandor Chewbacca is buffed, any enemy which is attacked which is not Vandor Chewbacca ends up getting turn meter, ends up getting protection back a little bit. So that also ensures a little bit more survivability. Okay, so now we've got the tank tech available. Let's put it on Stormtrooper Han. Now you see over here, Echo did his AoE, but Chewbacca managed to survive because of the reduced damage and because of a little bit protection recovery that he had. All right, let's do this. And now let's work on 5s. Let's give this to Han. And let's give this to Vandor so that he has a buff on him at all times. That buff is really important to ensure that the damage from the enemy is reduced. Okay, so 5s is down. Let's make sure, let's see if we can get Rex down. Let's get some protection up. Alright, we weren't able to get Rex down, but we'll have to do that in the next topple. Alright, let's keep working on gas. Probably next shot he might be able to topple. So looks like we might end up losing our Han. Or just manage to save him. Okay, now let's get rid of Echo. Let's do this. Let's get rid of Rex. Now we'll have to go through another topple, unfortunately. All right. We may end up losing our Stormtrooper Han over here, But let's see if all the techs are already out, so maybe we can survive. So I'm going to use the never tell me the odds buff again, because if I use the basic, then General Skywalker might counter, but if I use this, Skywalker is not going to counter. Let's go and see if he can't land a stun. Nope. Okay, so this is going to make sure that I think Stormtrooper Han is going to bite the dust right now. But we are... let's see if we can't get this down and finish it off in one shot. So I'm going to give the tank tech to Chewie. All right, let's see if these guys can't finish it off. So Vandor bit the dust, unfortunately. But as you can see over here, we were able to take down Skywalker even without Stormtrooper Han. So a few less banners, but the team was able to defeat the General Skywalker team, even with a faster arc. So I think this counter, once you get a few of the nuances, I think this counter can get very much more reliable, even against higher geared and faster General Skywalker teams. Obviously, higher success rate if the arc is slower than your Watt, but even if that's not the case, I think you still should have a good success rate. All right, let's go into our Grand Arena battle and see who we're facing this time. We have a Pivo Taco from NWO Wolfpack. Good Skywalker team. Everyone is fully R7. I'm not sure if I'm going to be seeing this on defense. He usually keeps it on offense. And it's got a 6-star Kenobi. Let's take a look at the defenses and then go to the offense. My opponent hasn't attacked yet. But I've mixed up my defenses a little bit. Kept Skywalker and Grievous up top with a clone team under Shak T. And then kept Darth Revan down below with the Nest under Kira this time. And over here, I've kept a Night Sister team and a new team with the Vandor and with the Zalbar and Mission. And as usual, I've kept my General Kenobi out here. All right. So let's see what my opponent has said. So my opponent, I've seen they always set the Darth Revan on defense, which made his defense a little predictable. So I want to make sure that I have something to take Darth Revan down. But as it happens, Darth Revan is in the top wall. So we want to focus on the bottom wall first, clear what's at the back, and then we can decide what we want to take against the Darth Revan and how we want to clean that up. So the other thing I've noticed over here is he's kept his Separatist droids under Poggle. So that means either he's kept his Grievous on offense to use with the nuke team, or he's kept the nuke team on defense at the back. And we'll have to figure out what it is. Karth team is not much of an issue. And over here, he's kept his Resistance squad, and all of them are pretty relicked up. It looks like he's going for Jedi, the Rey Galactic Legend. And then he's kept his Brood Alpha and 3 of the Geos under Newt and Poggle. Under Newt and Dooku. So that's an interesting match. And because Dooku... the Brood Alpha unique is what gives him the ability to call other Geos to assist. And Dooku will be able to hide all these characters and only leave out Brute and Sunfac in the open. So it's a tricky team. I would be tempted to take CLS, but I have a feeling that CLS might fail out here. So I'll just go in with my usual Treya counter to see if that works. Before that, quick something I wanted to show you about my opponent. So not only is their Resistance squad really well relicked up in preparation of Galactic Legends, but even the First Order squad, they have at least the first tier of the requirements met out here. So I think my opponent is pretty serious about getting the Galactic Legends. But I would advise to go after one Galactic Legend at a time, just because of the steep requirements. I don't think it's feasible unless you're a Kraken to go for both of them at the same time. You'll just be stretched for too many resources. Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's take out these two teams, see what's at the back, and then we can decide what to take up top. So against the new team with Geos, I'm going to take in my Treya team. Let's see if this works. I'm wondering if I want to take in Wampa in there as well. instead of Maul. Yeah, let me give my Wampa some action, because he will be able to apply daze, and he can counter as well. He won't recover health like the other Sith, but yeah, let's just take him in there, see what he does. Haven't used my Wampa on offense in a while. Okay, so these guys will still lose health, just like under Brood Alpha lead, every time they counter attack. So I'm gonna go and give isolate that, and let's reduce cooldown on Scion, because I want him to get held by hatred fast. Okay, let's do that. So 3 Geos, I'm really not able to do much damage out here. Yeah, 3 Geos, effectively 4 Geos, they're really not able to do much damage. I'm able to get, there's more damage which is being done by, when you have all 5 of them, effectively 6, there's definitely much more damage which is done at that time. Alright, let's see how much damage Wampa is able to do. Ooh, I thought he might take out 1 or 2 of the Geos. No worries. Let's see if he can't get rid of Spy, or at least Sunfac. There we go. Now we just have 3 Geos effectively. There we go. Held by hatred. Alright. So that guy is down. Brood Alpha might call Brute again right now. There we go. Brute has been called. Let's do this again. So I could see this team getting tricky if someone decides to take something else against it. Let's get rid of Brood Alpha. I don't want him calling that guy again. All right, let's get rid of Spy. And let's annihilate Newt, since he can revive, and I don't want him giving that what do you call it, the extortion buff again. Okay, so that's about it. 57 banners. I don't know, it could have been overkill, but I would have anyway taken Treya even if it was a regular Geo squad. So this is fine. All right, now against this is highly relict, this team. There's no BB-8, which makes me think that BB-8 is going to be with his Grievous at the back. But there's all of these guys are very highly relict and extremely tanky, lot of damage. So, and a couple of tanks in here as well. 3 tanks if you actually count JTR as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take in a control squad. I'm going to take in my EP. And these guys I think should be able to do a decent enough job with them. Pass the turn meter over to Basti so that I can get some fear out. Alright, now I want to, let me go after Resistance Trooper, and I'm going to fracture, should I fracture Finn or Jedi Training Ray? Maybe this one. I don't want any healing immunity to be applied. Alright. Let's put some shock over here, reduce some turn meter. Excellent. Let's hit everyone with shock. Alright, things are going well. Let's just try to get rid of Holdo as soon as we can, so that we can focus on the others. Let's do some more fear. Let's get rid of this one. Alright, that's what I was afraid of, that healing immunity. But I think we should be able to get rid of Jedi Training Ray. Not yet. Alright, let's pass this back to EP. See if we can't land some more stuns. we'll need to get rid of Ray fast because she's a big disruptor. These guys are hitting extremely hard. So this can't be evaded, right? Oh man, these guys are extremely tanky. All right, that should get rid of her. Okay. Now let's, I don't know if we can delay any more. We have lost, 3 of them have lost protection. Let's see if we can't, the Finn is tanky, so maybe we might have some time to get some protection back. Let's see, maybe on EP. All right, yep, I don't think we'll be able to recover any more protection. So 58 banners. That's fine. It was a highly relic team, and none of my toons are relict, so I think this is a good outcome. 58 banners. Okay. All right, let's see what's at the back. So, he doesn't have his Grievous, so that makes things very easy. Damn, I wish I'd saved my Wampa for the rebels out here. Those look really juicy for a Wampa solo. Alright, I'll figure something else out for them. And I've got sisters, not as highly relict, so it should be easy enough. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a few hours, wait for my opponent to go, and then come back and finish the next phase of battles. Alright, catch you guys soon. Okay, we are back after a few hours. And my opponent did have a chance to go. Let's take a look at how Pivot Taco has done. So they weren't able to clear my board. They did manage to one-shot the 2 teams down below, the Darth Revan and the Kira Nest. But I think they took some really good teams against that because they struggled at the back. Only 1 attempt against my sister and then gave up. Not attempted the Newt one yet. Couple of battles against General Skywalker, so again 2 more good teams over there, I bet. And then 4 attempts against Grievous, and didn't have a chance to take him down. So good outcome so far for my defense. I'm not sure if they'll have enough to take out my Newt and sisters over here. Maybe they're just waiting till the last moment. But we just have 2 hours left to go, so I think it's safe to say my opponent is out of battles. So as it stands, I just need about 90 points more to win the match, so there's not much pressure. But I do want to full clear, obviously. It's going to be that's got to be the best outcome. The toughest team on the board is definitely the Darth Revan team. And let's take our Padme against it and see how well it does. I have a feeling I might have to double shot it, so I've saved my crew and my bounty hunters on offense, primarily because I wanted to make sure I have a cleanup team. But let's see, even if you're not able to get through the Darth Revan team, as long as we clear the other 4 teams, I think we should be fine. All right. The issue over here is this team is modeled a little strange because Darth Revan is not the fastest. It's 295. And Bastilla is 302, which is the exact same speed as my Padme. So it's going to be a coin flip whether Bastilla goes first or Padme. But I have to figure it out as I go along. So let's see. Okay, so let me take my Padme team in there. And this is the one that I'm going with. Let's hope they are at least able to take out a few characters so that cleanup will be relatively easier. Okay, so Padme did go first. The Bastilla did go first, and I have my Padme next. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear this and get the taunt out of the way. Alright, this is not going well, but we have survived. Let's do an assist, at least try to get down Sith Trooper. Let's see if we can't get down maybe Padme a little bit. And he is almost down. Let's do a hit over there. This should take care of Bastilla. Okay, that's good. I think I want to get Sith Empire Trooper down a little bit. Alright, so not a good outcome. Problem is my GK is not taunting because of shock, which is why I always like my Padme to go after Malik for this counter to really work. I'm going to try to see if I can at least get Revan down. I'm going to do a basic on Revan. Nope, didn't work. Okay. There he goes again. Alright, let's try to land a stun on Malik. Alright. Confuse. And yeah, this is not going anywhere. Alright, so I'll have to clean it up with bounty hunters. So the way that it goes, that I usually do these cleanups is, if Darth Revan is still alive at the end, then I use my bounty hunters for the cleanup, just because of the extra protection recovery that boss lead has. If Darth Revan is dead, then I use crew as a cleanup, just because the other characters can be stunned and controlled relatively easier. So in this case, I may just have to use bounty hunters and crew, but let's see. The priority will be taking out Darth Revan first. So let's go with my bounty hunter team. Do I need... I wish I had my Thrawn in there. It would have been really good to control these guys. Maybe I should take my Watt in there for cleansing. Yeah, let's do that actually. Instead of Zam, I'm going to take my Watt, give the taunt to Bosk, and having taunting all the time, and while Jango and Boba get some damage done. So let's see if this team works. Alright, let's pass the taunting tech on to Bosk, and the damage tech onto Jango. I want him to ignore defense and do a good job. I won't be able to stun anyone or do a mass assist, but I can probably do a mass assist on HK, because I don't want everyone to get feared against Revan. Okay, these guys are doing decent damage. Let me see if I can't take out Darth Revan. Well, took out... managed to take out HK, which is great. Let's see if the execute does the job. Almost. Well, I am healing up, which is pretty good. So I don't have taunt anymore on Bosk, but his turn is coming up pretty soon, so he should be fine. He won't be able to double tap, I think, but at least single tap. Let's see how much damage he's able to do. Alright, let's put the healing on Dengar. Let's taunt so that I get Frenzy. Ability block is not going to stick. Just keep working on him. There we go. So, yeah, against Darth Revan lead, bounty hunters are really effective as a cleanup team. Now, it'll take a little bit of a while. Let me cleanse the... Let me actually get protection up so that Watt recovers some protection. So it'll take a little bit of a while to get Malik down, but without Darth Revan in there, he should be pretty simple enough to take out. These guys have plenty of control, plenty of protection recovery, and despite the fact that Malik has tons of defense, the fact that Jango is able to ignore defense is great. There we go, 40 banners. So that's the best outcome. You can't ask for a better cleanup team. That's full 40 banners against Darth Revan. Unfortunate that I couldn't one-shot it, but I was prepared for this, which is why I'd say both bounty hunters and crew as my backup. I have more than enough offense to clear the board now, so shouldn't be much of an issue at all. Let's see what I want to take against these guys. So against the sisters, what teams do I have left? I could probably take my Geos versus the sisters. So I've done with my Padme. I can use Geos versus the sisters. Darth Jedi Knight Revan versus let's see, Jedi Knight Revan versus the Poggle team up top, and then crew versus these guys. Okay, that should work. Okay, let's take care of the sisters first. Let's use Geos versus them. I wanted to save my Geos for something else. What else can I take? Maybe I take Jedi Knight Revan against these guys. Take the Geos versus Poggle. Nah, they've got a couple of good separates in here. Let me just take my what else do I have? I've got JTR as well. You know what? Let me just go ahead and use Jedi Knight Revan against the team up top. Okay, let's go after B2. Get rid of him. Pass some buffs around. Give this to Yoda. Okay, so he's gone. Let's get rid of Poggle. Now we can start working on these guys one by one. Let's pass this back to Basti so that she can dispel. Spread some more buffs around. Let's save the heal for now. Okay, I think Savior was triggered. But everyone seems to be in full health and protection. Okay, this should be simple enough. Let's do a mass assist on this guy before he gets a chance to do an AoE. Let's just heal a little bit and spread some buffs around so that in case this guy goes, it misses everyone. Okay, simple enough. I could have gone undersized, but that's fine. All right, now let's see what I want to take against. You know what? I think the safest option is going to be against these guys. Yeah, the safest option is going to be the Geos. Let me just go with the Geos. All right, let's we have to kill them twice. She seems to be the weakest, so that's one death. All right, let's do this. Let's kill her twice. Now both the deaths are exhausted. Now we need to go after Daka when we get a chance. Let's heal up. So get rid of some plague. Let's call Spy to assist. Let's dispel the debuffs. Get rid of zombie again. Okay, just have to get back to Daka again. This should do it. All right, now I think we are fine. Let's go after Talzin so that we don't have any more plague to worry about, and then take care of Asajj. Now let's see if we can't recover a little protection back. Even though Acolyte will go under stealth, we have a way to dispel stealth, so we should be fine. And we've got 3 minutes left. There we go. Okay, now we just have to wait for the dispel to come around. There we go. Let's get rid of Acolyte. And now it's a straightforward job. Okay, end with 60. It was a weak team. It was 1000 lead. I wouldn't have taken my Geos. I probably would have maybe saved my Watt against it. But let's finish off this one. We've got tons of offense. We've got a Rebels. We have First Order, and we have JTR. Yeah, okay. Let's I think we can get a couple of undersized feats done. Let me see what feats I have. I need 3 more Wookiee wins and a few more undersized squads. Okay. Let's get a couple of Wookiees in there, and we'll see what undersized squads we can do. I'm gonna go in over here with this team, and I'm gonna take my Vandor in there for one of the Wookiee squads. This team is definitely overkill against Karth, but it's good enough. So now I'm going to give it to Crew so that he stuns again. So 2 stuns to start the board, and now we start working on Candrass. We also need to get Vandor buffed so that he can start recovering protection on everyone. Let's everyone go and attack this guy. Actually, I should have attacked Karth. Okay, let's buff Vandor so that we can have protection recovery, and let's keep working on these guys. Not sure if we'll be able to end with full health and full protection on Vandor, but I think it should be good enough. Let me save that stun for now. Now I can pass it back to him and dispel. Oh, he didn't have advantage. Okay, that's fine. We'll just wait for it to come around again. I think all these guys are at full health and full protection. I don't know about Vandor, but that's fine. At least we got the feat done. Okay, let's dispel and get rid of mission, and now let's work on Juhani. Let me pass this back to Crew so that he can stun Juhani, and now let's try to get this guy down. Yep, I think Vandor is at full health and full protection, so we're good. Okay, let's get Vandor down and then we can work on Juhani. Right, so full health, full protection on everyone, good outcome, and we got the Wookiee thing done. Alright, let's see what ships are at the back. Okay, simple enough fleet. Let's go ahead and attack with our Akbar, since that's the best chance for banner recovery, and we can go in undersized over here as well. Who else do we have? Let's see. I'm just going to take in one more, maybe this one. Okay, let's go in with this, see what happens. Let me try to get rid of get some defense penetration up. I don't like that. Okay, let me try to get rid of Sunfac because he's going to be a problem. And now let's get rid of Kylo Ren unmasked. There we go. So a lot of protection recovery. Let's just call this guy and then finish it off. I think my Millennium Falcon is a little bit less on protection, so let's just call him in to assist, top up his protection, and end with 66. Okay, and now we just have one team left. Yeah, no, nothing much to worry about. Let me just go in with my Rebels, complete the undersized as well as Chewie feet, Wookiee feet. Let's just go in with these guys. Okay, so let's get rid of Jin. And let's get rid of this guy since he does an AoE. This one as well. Let's get rid of Cassian Andor. And this should do it. Okay, 62. Probably didn't even need all of them. So I still had my JTR team left. And yeah, so I think the defense was lighter than what I expected. I think only one tough team over here, which was the Darth Revan team, but otherwise it was a relatively light defense, which is why I'm surprised my opponent wasn't able to clear more than one zone of mine, because he had all of his offense with him, including a completely R7 General Skywalker team. Yeah, I would have thought they would have taken General Skywalker against the Skywalker here for a mirror, and then used JKR against this, Padme against the Darth Revan, and then they would have probably had enough to at least clear a couple of zones, if not all three. But anyway, that's the end of today's match. Pretty simple victory. Got 1916 despite losing a match twice over here, but good outcome, and so cleared the opponent's board and prevented them from clearing me, which is always the kind of outcome that I'm looking for. So we've got a couple of days more before the finals, so I will catch you guys at that time. Until then, keep on gaming, and thanks for tuning in.